I don't wear this jersey very often. This is, of course, the only time the Flyers really try to do something fun with their logo, which is the silver around here. And it's kind of cool, it's kind of like I thought it was kind of the reflective material, but no, it's actually sewn on that way. The stripes were always kind of fun on this. Of course, it doesn't really 100% match the main logo. It's got the weird gray stripe around here. It's an old CCM. I got this one about a year ago. Because again, with Philadelphia, it's tough to find like really fun. I guess their stadium jersey. It's monochromatic. It's not fantastic. So there's Bear. She's having a bath. Shadow's having a nap, so I'm gonna leave him alone so he doesn't start having a bath. Oh, right. Yeah. So I guess the good news is this didn't go to overtime. The good news is Philadelphia bounced back. The good news is Montreal did not run up the score again. The good news is that Philadelphia had lots of time to practice their power play today. Okay, so Hart was tested early. Raffle in the Flyers lineup. The idea of more of a physical game they're trying to play with this lineup. Tatar had a chance that just missed. Habs were seeking the lead early. Then Voracek gets a goal right off of a face-off from Giroux and Haig at 5:21, and it felt like Philadelphia needed that first goal. And 5 minutes into the game, probably going to be, some good scoring chances both ways and some really exciting, physical, fun hockey to be had here. And that we might see something really, really good. I've talked about the jersey, right? All right. So shots and hits were both in favor of the Flyers in the first half of that period. Kotkaniemi hits the post and then he hit the crossbar on the same shift. Same rush, actually. And that's as close as Kotkaniemi gets for a while. He then takes a double minor on a 4-minute power play, which I don't know. I don't know if that's where the stick cut happens or if the cut happened on a hit. I don't know. They looked at it on the replay. I don't know. How can you tell where the actual cut takes place? But either way, he goes to the penalty box. The good news is the closest the Flyers can get is a crossbar as we get into the battle of the post. The shots were 7-4 for the Flyers 15 minutes into this. Little did I know that was going to be kind of sort of the way that it goes for the rest of the game. I shouldn't be doing finger guns, but I am. Late penalty to Petrie. The Flyers go back to the power play. The Habs' fifth shot was with 1 minute and 20 seconds left. This was a chance for Montreal to really snag a lead in this series and have this stranglehold lead in the series. And second period, early post for Gallagher. He got another chance. A lot of posts. Sometimes the outside of the post, sometimes the right straight on at the post, sometimes the crossbar. Konechny then guilty of a cross-check, and it was a pretty obvious one. Habs get a power play. It was also in the offensive zone, as I remember it. Scrambly first half, slight Flyers edge to that point, just because they have the lead and they had killed off a power play. Dangerous bounce then off of Couturier, which was covered by Price. Carey Price had a good game for what it was. Niskanen takes a penalty, another power play for the Habs, and then Hart got a delay of game penalty with 7 seconds left in the first penalty, so it's a 5-on-3. Aggressive penalty kill for the Flyers as both penalty kills are doing pretty darn well, and then Armia takes a penalty to turn it into a 4-on-4 for 22 seconds, and then shorthanded, Nick Suzuki hits a post, because of course he did. So if you're counting the posts, it was 18 for Montreal, 15 for Philly. Not really, but it felt like it. It felt like it. So both goalies played well, and they got help from their posts. So depends on how you view that. I always look at it this way. Hits off the posts don't hit the net. That's why they don't count as shots. The ones off the post don't count as shots because they're not technically on the net. If they're on the net, they're in. Not enough shots for the Habs at that stage, I thought. Lowest chance game of the series. And, the first game was a 2-1 game, but there were 59 shots in total. The second game's a shutout, but Price faced 30 shots in the shutout. Third period, post in the first minute for Nate Thompson. I can't make this up, ladies and gentlemen. While the game itself was kind of sort of slow. But again, if you look at the amount of posts, if those had all been goals, we'd be talking about it's amazing. Every time a shot goes on the net, it was in. It was in. The Flyers were doubling the Habs in blocked shots. Domi gets a slashing penalty. The Flyers go to the power play. Aggressive penalty kill again, but it's a tentative power play for the Flyers. So it's one of those things where if you want to make the argument that Montreal had a really good penalty kill, you're right. If you want to make the argument the Flyers' power play wasn't any good, you're right. It's kind of sort of both. Byron gets a shorthanded chance. Giroux then got a chance that went wide. Ouellette takes a penalty. That was the second penalty in a row that Kevin Hayes drew. Now this is where if you're a Montreal fan, you're probably going to be saying he went down kind of easy on both of them. But if you're a Philadelphia fan, you're saying good. Kevin Hayes with his hard work is drawing penalties. There you go. Making the power plays happen. Not that it mattered. They just couldn't get it set up. I think it was 20 seconds left in that power play. They finally got it kind of sort of set up and pretty easy to defend for Montreal. Or again, Montreal's penalty kill was excellent. Lehkonen had a chance that was saved, and there were 0 shots on that power play for the Habs, or for the Flyers. Aubé-Kubel then got hurt blocking a shot right off the top of his foot. Those have to hurt. I realize skates are thicker and stronger than they used to be, but still off the top of your foot, that's just got to suck. Goalie pull with 2 minutes left. They call a timeout with 1 minute and 31 seconds left, where I can assume Kirk Muller just yelled, do something. And Montreal went, nah. The Flyers iced it with 1 minute and 13 seconds left. And then Kotkaniemi finally gets a shot, and it's denied by Carter Hart. So Hart had a difficult enough save in that last minute, but the Flyers hold on for the 1-0 victory. I mean, the shots would tell you they held on, but I don't know. It didn't feel like Montreal got that many more chances in the third period. So the shots were 8-5 Philadelphia in the first, 8-6 Montreal in the second, 10-6 Montreal in the third, for a final shot total of 23-20. And it was a game that if both teams could have lost, I don't know. And you know what I'm wondering too is, I'm wondering if we're starting to see in some of these games that players are tired. They are being asked to work a schedule that's really, really busy considering the amount of time they had off. So it's possible we're seeing players that are just tired. And it's an explanation I have. I don't know how accurate that is, but we've seen some games today that it looks like the amount of energy just isn't necessarily there. And there are posts where normally they'd be hitting the net. Power plays were a good example of that. Flyers 0 for 6, Montreal 0 for 3. The hits were 36-23 in the Flyers' favor. Hart saved all 23 for his first career playoff shutout, and Carey Price saves 19 out of 20 and takes the loss. So going into Game 4, Montreal can say, well, we've only allowed 1 goal in our last 2 games. We've only allowed 3 in the entire series. But Philadelphia can say, hey, we didn't allow anything in the last game, and we're ahead 2-1. So it depends on how you look at it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below regarding this game. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.